I want to talk about something that I could sit in the middle of because I grew up in China and I've spent the past 10 years in the UK, in the US, and Australia. And I watch this gap play out every single time when, let's say, there's a Chinese company who are selling to American companies or vice versa. They trust in completely opposite orders. So here's the thing. In China, the relationship or the Guanxi usually comes first. Then the deal comes. And this idea of Guanxi, basically, you don't really do business with someone until there's a real relationship there, until there's trust between the people, right? And then the contract that you write down on a piece of paper just follows relationship. Whereas in the US or the majority part of Western markets, it's actually flipped. I would say it's oftentimes flipped. The contract comes first. You should sign the contract. You should prepare the terms in a very clear way. And the relationship kind of grows over time, right? Doesn't mean that you don't build a basic professional relationship with someone. Don't get me wrong. But people appreciate being very clear on contracts and being very clear on the terms instead of the Chinese style, which is let's drink first before we sign anything. So the relationship grows after these kind of things and on top of the paperwork. So to an American buyer, something like let's get the agreement done is not cold. It's just how trust gets built because the trust is built through really clear terms. So this is what goes wrong in both directions. A Chinese seller would want to build the relationship first with dinners and drinks and back and forth, getting to know each other, these kind of things. And then the American buyer would feel like they're wondering like, why are we not talking about the terms? Are these people even serious about what they're doing? And the other way around, right? If you are a company based in Europe or in the US and you're trying to sell into the Chinese market, you might want to push the contract early, right? And then the Chinese people will be like, oh, wow, these people are very cold. They just want to do business. They don't want to be friends with us. They just want our signatures. There's no relationships building. So that's actually an opportunity because whenever there's a gap, there is an opportunity. You should know which order your buyer trusts. Relationship first or contract first, and they should lead with that, all right? And then if your buyer is a contract first kind of person, you should not read their speed as them being cold. It's just that their version of trust is different. And if your buyer is relationship first, you should slow down, invest in the human part before you push for any paperwork. Anyways, trust is the same goal when it comes to cross-culture, cross-border trades. And for anything you sell, right? Products, services, software, physical, manufactured goods, anything. People just build it in a very different order. And so for anyone who's selling out there who can read the order right, they're the ones who just doesn't accidentally insult people and they will win eventually. So this is something that I've been noticing in the past 10 years of my personal experience and also our company's experience when we were helping these clients manage their sales memory pipeline management. And if you're interested, check out my bio for more info. Thanks.